course, will be a reporter tonight on the sideline. Here in Utah, it's another home game for the Jazz. And, of course, Trey Murphy. A part of this lineup, we'll see how they do without him.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And, unfortunately, Coach, the Pelicans still looking for the franchise's first deep playoff run.
Yeah, just 2 playoff series wins since their arrival in New Orleans back in 2002. They've had some tremendous talents, but the stars have yet to align.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
Markkanen can't get it to go. And here's New Orleans now. Pass to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Well, he's a major threat from the mid-range. Markkanen loves taking advantage from that.
Pass to Queen. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. Şengün with the bucket.
Let the big fella eat. Şengün just doing his thing down low.
Here's Markkanen. Now Filipowski. It's hauled in by Queen. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Queen. Reeves outside. From outside, off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And stolen by Şengün. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Inside. Stolen by Markkanen.
Well, at this level, you can't afford to telegraph your passes.
Another miss by Utah.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Reeves. Clock at 6. He takes it in. Oh, and he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow.
And you know the drive is coming from Reeves, but you still can't stop it.
And Filipowski now top of the key. And it comes off the front of the rim. New Orleans leading by 6. Greg, you look at Alperen Şengün. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Clear, he should have gone higher.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, can they get it? And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Reeves. just 5 on the clock. Şengün.
Alperen Şengün.
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Puts the move on. And he sinks the layup.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
Here's Queen. Rebound, Utah.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Out to the right wing. Right wing. Here's Collier. Hits the three-point line.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Bounce pass from Reeves. Here's Queen. Still yet to score. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Jazz trailed by 3. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Substitution on the court.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Isaiah Collier. Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the evening. Here's Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Tries again. Gay with the rebound. Dosunmu with it. And we reached the end of the first quarter. New Orleans on top. They lead by 5. From the Delta Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Assist from
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now, here is George. Scoreless thus far. Shot clock at 2. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team. And Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. 17-foot shot on the way. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. It's rebounded by Esenge. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball. Up until last year, the Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
substitution on the court.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. pass to Bailey. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now, Filipowski. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. Pelicans leading by 7. Here's Queen. Beyond the arc. Filipowski grabs the board. And there's the bucket for Markkanen. Markkanen's got 4 this quarter.
Well, he's got such a sweet shot, but at 7 feet, Markkanen can also hurt you down low. An all-around offensive talent.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. And Ace Bailey picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Reeves with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. That one good for 2.
Reeves has a great ability to finish, and he knows how to work inside.
Home. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And new leadership for the Pelicans. Greg looking to create a tough, no-excuses mindset.
And at the risk of making excuses, injuries are what held this team back last season. So some of that toughness might be best reflected in their ability to just stay on the court.
Takes a step back to the paint. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
You can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
.133 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Here's Queen. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
They set the pick to the inside. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Pelicans ball.
.59 seconds left to play in the first half. Now Reeves. Pass to Şengün. Fires the 3. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Work in progress for the big man. When Şengün is hitting from the outside, this offense becomes dangerous.
.30 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
At the line for 2.
And so he hits both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Fades away. Rebound, Utah.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
And it's Collier missing. And so it's New Orleans enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Right back after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Şengün. 5 to shoot. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Yeah, they want more playmaking from Markkanen. That's the next step in his game.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
An intriguing young talent. Georgie's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen.
Second team foul.
That's his first foul. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And here's George. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And the basket by McGowan.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Three-pointer, Markkanen.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Puts up a 3. Gay misses. Jazz trailed by 14. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Here's George. Here's Filipowski. Off target with his 3.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
He had a nice open look right there.
That's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside. Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Excellent D there from Markkanen. And here's Utah. It's a 16-point game. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Guys, back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report.
Boy, Austin Reeves is a handful in that mid-range area.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Jazz trailed by 18. With the step back. Looking to end the run. Missed inside.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Queen. No good that time. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier. No good on the 3. Reeves outside. Here's Queen. He's got 8. Here's Şengün. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. It's rebounded by Şengün. New Orleans leading by 18. To the middle. And the rebound by Nurkic. Pass to Sensabaugh. Wide open look. Count the basket. 6 points for him.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. And it's Utah's ball.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Hendricks. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
Here's Queen. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They're
41.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what James Borrego was going over with his team. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Pass to Filipowski. The shot's good on the assist by George.
George keeping those eyes alert.
Here's Queen.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. New Orleans leading by 13. Here's Queen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Ace Bailey. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz trailed by 14. Pass to Bailey. Outside for George. Here's Bailey. Covered by Okoro. 5 on the clock. And finished off by Bailey.
I like Bailey attacking the rim at that size.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. It's good. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
And the defense has to be more mindful of Reeves, especially when he's roaming around there in the corner.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Fades and shoots. Pelicans pull it in.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Queen. Now Şengün, defended by George. Şengün with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Jazz trailed by 19. Here's Filipowski. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's New Orleans. In the corner, Okoro with it. And it's off from three-point range. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jazz passing it around. Down low. Shoots it up. The shot by Filipowski, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to Watson. Back to Reeves. Here's Queen. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation.
Not much room to operate there in the post. Got a little anxious, and the D got the better of him.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Jazz trailed by 19. George with the ball. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Well, that's what you want from George. He's most effective when he's attacking the rim.
Now Şengün. That's off. Williams outside. Now Bailey. From deep. And there's the three.
Well, for a rookie, Bailey has great confidence in his shot. Not bashful from letting it fly from deep.
Jacks up a three. Doesn't get that one. Pelicans leading by 14. Here's Şengün. Now Reeves. Here's Queen. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And we keep seeing franchises' values going up, Greg, including the Boston Celtics last season selling for over $6 billion.
Man, those are some deep pockets. And don't forget the Lakers going for in excess of $10 billion as those well-heeled individuals continue to pay these incredible prices. The pressure to unlock new league revenue streams, listen, it's only going to increase.
And it's the Jazz's ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Oh, good on the layup.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Reeves. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.